That's
so this week, Tom, I took my cat to the vet. I wind up going to in the morning. We go and take our cat to the vet. The cat had to get teeth. So 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, we're sitting there, and on the couch is this weird thing. And I look at what the fuck is that? And Sarah says, I think it's a tooth. One of the cats just lost a molar, just came right out of their face.
Jesus.
And so we look, it's one of the cats. We're like, oh shit, fucking molar came out. So we call and we get the vet, and they say, sure, we can bring him in. And so they do blood tests to make sure the cat's okay. And yeah, we're going to basically do oral surgery on the cat. So they're going to take the cat in. You're going to basically do oral surgery. So we show up in the morning and we drop the cat off. Sarah gets in the car and she says, it was weird, just kind of interesting or funny sort of thing that happened when we were talking. They asked if I want to be called if the cat needs to be resuscitated. Do I want to be called first? And I said, what'd you say? She said, of course not. I want just resuscitate the cat and then leave me out of the equation. Like, who?
Well, like you're just like, well, the cat's dead. I better make a phone call about that.
You keep looking at the cat. Please hold, cat. Please hold. Right? Please hold. Yeah.
Man, time is of the essence. Voicemail.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, maybe try that. Maybe try that work number. But anyway, I say, okay, that's kind of funny, I guess, or weird and whatever. We go back home. I'm working. Both of us work from home now. So I'm working in one room. Sarah's working in the other. And at 10 o'clock in the morning, she comes in and she's just streaming tears down her face. And I go, what the fuck happened? And she says, so the vet called and they said that Piper's heart stopped and they had to resuscitate him.
No.
And, they couldn't do any of the stuff that they needed to do to, like they were going to dig in his face or whatever. And they didn't do any of that shit. They just basically put my cat under. He died. And they were like, fuck. And he came back to life. And then they were like, put him in a cage. Don't touch it. Don't break it. Don't break it. Whatever you do, don't break it. It's working again. Don't break it. It's like when you were, like when you're fucking with something and you're just like, yeah, but if I tweak this little thing, fuck, I broke it again. God damn, I broke it again. That's what they did. They're like, fuck. So they immediately stuff him in his cage and they call Sarah. They're like, we're just going to keep him for observation for a couple hours. You can come get him afterwards. I guess he just had a real bad reaction to the anesthesia.
That's terrible. And, he got chased by like a terrifying kid in his fucking Flatliners dream or what?
I was going to say, it's not Flatliners, it's Catliners, Tom. But he came home. He's doing better. He's okay. But both of us were thinking like one of the things that went through my mind was, am I going to get like a half droopy cat now? Are they going to come back and the cat's like always kind of like this all the time? But he seems fine. Fine. But it was a horrifying moment of the day.
I can't even imagine. Like,
where you're just like, holy shit.
How do you if you're the vet, how do you bill that? You know what I mean? It's like, all right, well, you brought him in for his tooth situation. That is still ongoing. Did kill the cat. So that's on us. Brought him back though. That's on you. We're going splitsies. Half.
They didn't charge me for the bringing him back because I was going to walk in that place. If she came out with a bill that said, oh, here's your $2,000, we brought him back, I was going to be like, oh, no, you didn't, motherfucker. They didn't charge us for that. So we're good. But yeah. But I was just like, oh, no. Yeah. So not great. Certainly not great.
Chase you around trying to kill you from now on, like Pet Cemetery style. Just rename him Gage.
He was already an asshole. Now he's going to be an insufferable asshole because we killed him. Now he's going to hold that over us forever.
You kill him one time and it's like, bip, bip, bip.
Oh, look at me. I got fucking 8 more lives. Fuck off, Piper. You got 8 lives. Eat a dick.
I'm so glad he's okay, though. Yeah. So what are they going to do about the tooth situation? Just
nothing.
Just be like,
we're not doing. Okay. Sarah and I talked about it, and we're like, this is not worth. He's not injured by it. It just a tooth fell out, and we're like, oh fuck! And then we took him in, and they said, yeah, he needs teeth. He needs to take his. We got to take some of these teeth out because they're rotting or whatever. But I'm like, you know what? Nature got that other one out. I'm sure it'll be okay. So we're just gonna leave it alone for now.
Cat's gonna have a fucking tiny roller or a ice skate and a rock, and you're fucking house.
I come home and the cat's got one of those old timey things tied around his head.
Right. Go on the top and everything.
Oh my God. Yeah, so it was an interesting week. I mean, Ruth Bader Ginsburg died this week. I don't know if you heard, but yeah,
real? Oh, I didn't even catch. Yeah, God, what a fucking nightmare! What a nightmare!
Oh man,
you know what? I gotta say that was fucking rude. She couldn't have waited 60 days,
right?
Like no, she's fucking dead now.
Yeah,
it's all about her.
You know what they should do is they should have got my vet over there to resuscitate her. They did a pretty good job of my cat. They could have came over to Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Well, she probably died. They had to call somebody first. Like, hang on a minute, we got to resuscitate Ruth.
Her kids didn't have the deer. They had the do not resuscitate on there or whatever. Oh,
fucking write to voicemail again. Like,
God damn it, kids are busy again. Jesus,
holy shit.
God damn. Man. Yeah, it's tough. It's been a tough week. It's super rough. And you know, the Breonna Taylor decision this week was so terrible, and just everything's just been shit. This has been an absolute fucking shit week.
It's a horrible week.
Oh yeah, and you also mentioned earlier that the president just like said that he wasn't gonna listen to the election too.
Yeah,
so
like
that's also in there. Yeah.
And now they're talking like they're having serious conversations where they're like, yeah, you know, there's nothing in the Constitution that says that just because most of the majority of people vote in a state, that's how we have to use our electoral votes. There's a real argument being made right now that like if a state is controlled by a Republican legislature, that they may say like, yeah, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna use our even though let's say like Pennsylvania goes blue. But Pennsylvania is controlled by the Republicans. They might just pressure the electors to cast their electoral college votes red, bypassing democracy entirely.
Yeah.
Just straight up just being like, we're just not doing that anymore. Like there's serious conversation about whether or not that's going to be how can that even be a serious conversation? But crazily it is.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, that would be an insane fucking power grab, but
yeah,
you know, it is what it is. So
that's
where we're at. That's where we're at.
I can't believe that's not in the fucking Constitution, by the way. Like I'm just like, really?
And that's why and somebody says I'd like to burn the Electoral College to the ground, and that's why, because it's not representative of the people, man, and it hasn't been. And it's not, period. The end. It's never been. It's not representative of us. And it's been proven a couple of times within a lifetime.
Yeah.
It's been proven a couple of times.
Right. Twice now in my lifetime, like in my voting lifetime, for God's sake. In my voting lifetime, twice, the election has, the general election has not yielded the result and not reflected the will of the people.
Yeah.
That's insane. Yeah. That's not a fucking democracy.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. It's just unbelievable.